What I want to talk about now is having been the victim of a police shooting or a serious use of force. A police shooting in police jargon is known as an OIS, an officer-involved shooting, and they call out investigators in most of those cases if gunfire was involved. In common experience, where in my practice has been that they shoot at unarmed suspects and defend the use of deadly force by claiming that the subject reached for his waistband or appeared to be reaching for his waistband, and they feared for their safety, causing them to fire. This recitation of a state of mind invariably prevents a prosecution of the officer for what essentially is an attempted murder or an assault with a deadly weapon. No prosecutor's office in California actually looks at these kinds of shootings from that perspective, but my experience has told me that that's exactly what they are. If you happen to be, and it's still alive, to talk about it, chances are pretty good that you're going to be charged with some sort of serious offense if they fired at you, and they will try to prosecute you, not because they feel you're guilty of any particular crime, but because they used force where they overreacted or shouldn't have reacted, and it's an effort to shield themselves from what is essentially discipline or civil liability for having fired or shot at you, because in either case, whether they hit you or they don't, you've got an excessive force claim against that officer, and that's essentially what they're making the accusations for. The OIS is investigated by other members of the department. That information is available to you in the defense of any criminal case. It's important because most of the physical or forensic evidence is or should be gathered at that point. And depending on the individual departments, if you're defending a case where a shooting has taken place and you're charged with some crime resulting from the officers having used that level of force against you, or against someone with you and you're a co-defendant, what I'm referring to is the person in a car with you may be shot dead and you may be charged as an accomplice to that homicide which has happened, which is a totally unjustified homicide.